Here we go. Episode 35 of the Hardline Sports Talk. I am Michael Merlo. Along with me, I have John Michael Masiri. That almost rhymes. JM, how are you?
I'm doing good. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive as well. I was driving around today at work and I'm thinking the last time the Yankees were in a legit pennant race, not a long time ago, because when you think about it, when they've been to the playoffs, especially lately, they've had whether it was the wild card or when they won the division, they had it locked up. They haven't really been chasing. They haven't been really fighting for a playoff spot, and they are in a dogfight right now for one of these wild card spots, and it's with two teams in their own division. So I'm very excited to get to that. They're going to start a massive series with the Boston Red Sox in Fenway starting Friday night. So let's start there. We're going to get to a lot in baseball. We got the awards races coming down to the finish. We've got, pennant races coming down to the finish. The NL wild card might be wrapped up somehow, and the Rays just clinched the playoff spot. So we're going to get to that. But let's start with the Yankees here because, again, like I said, the next 9 games are playoff games. And the cool thing about this for the Yankees is that, and you might not think this is cool, but the Yankees control their own destiny. Like they don't need teams to lose. They just have to beat the teams in front of them.
100% correct. And listen, this is what, baseball loves this. We're going to see Yankees, Red Sox talk. You want to talk about, bringing the rivalry back. Well, what better way to do it than, fighting for a playoff spot. So yeah, it's put up or shut up time. The Yankees have had obviously an up and down season. The Red Sox have had an up and down season. And these teams have exchanged a couple blows. And this is like the final round. Let's see what happens here. If we're starting off with a hell of a opener for the series, Garrett Cole against Nathan Eovaldi, the two best pitchers for either side the whole year. And
Eovaldi's pitched in big games for them and for other teams, so he's been around.
Yep. So yeah, it's obviously nerve-wracking if you're a Yankees fan. But we're up for the challenge here. I'm going into this game or this series just like this season has been so crazy. It's time to or these next 2 series actually, because then the Blue Jays are coming up, which is just as, if not more important, because they're the team that's in second for the wild card. Well, actually, they're a game out right now, or a half game
trailing you.
Yeah. But I'm just like, all right, it's been up and down. Let's just leave it all out there, and whatever happens, happens. So we'll see.
Yeah, again, they're playoff games from here on out.
Right.
Aaron Boone, I heard an interview with Aaron Boone today. I like Aaron Boone.
Yeah, see,
personality-wise.
Yeah, Aaron Boone is a good personality, but I just wanted to get into that a little bit. I'm a little Boone, talk about an up and down season. That's the way it's been with Boone. I mean, going back to the beginning of the year, the amount of question marks around him with his job and his decision making. I mean, I think back to the night they were playing the Angels in about what was that, early June or whenever that was, and
June.
He said it was a must-win game, and Urshela and Aaron Judge weren't in the lineup, and obviously I was livid, and so were just about everybody else that's a Yankee fan, saying, how the hell you say it's a must-win game and you don't put these guys in the lineup? But I'm a little disappointed with how it's gone with the lineups. Luke Voigt really hasn't gotten consistent playing time, and he's proven that, he can really energize your offense at certain points throughout the season. So I think getting him consistent at bats will help him. And the fact that he hasn't been able to get that is disappointing to me.
They can't play him at first though, and you can't really. He's got a DH.
He's not a great defender, but he's not David Ortiz bad. Like he's a below average.
He's a below average night the other night.
What'd you say?
Didn't he have a terrible night the other night or something like that? He had a terrible game at first. I saw on Twitter Yankee fans were calling him Butcher Boy at first base. Just some quick update here. The Twins are up 6-2 in the top of the 7th on the Blue Jays.
Very good.
That's a 4-game set in Minnesota.
Brutal. You cannot lose to Minnesota in this point in the season.
Right. Well, sweeping a 4-game series is very tough. So
Yeah.
you have to think, okay, we got to go on the road and take 3 out of 4.
Right.
That's the goal here. And with the Yankees now, they're going to Boston, and they started off the season, playing terribly against this team. In the last couple of series, they actually rebounded and were playing pretty well. So you got to hope, Cole can find his way against this team, because he hasn't had good starts against them. He's got to find his way. He's got to, Friday night, set the tone for the weekend, get that game 1 victory. But with these series, you got to think maybe one of them. Do you think one of them has to be a sweep, whether it's Toronto or whether it's Boston?
No, I don't think either of them has to be a sweep. I mean, a sweep would be awesome, but no, I think you got to win the series. That's it. To be honest with you, I'm really I'm optimistic, of course, as a fan, but I'm really not feeling great going into this Red Sox series. I just don't love that the Red Sox are hot right now. Our bullpen is still the way it's been all year, shady. Obviously it's good we have Cole pitching tomorrow, but the Red Sox actually have gotten to Cole a couple times. But I trust Cole. He's a big time pitcher. I think he'll come through. But in terms of the whole series, I'm not as confident as I would like to be.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have a good feeling about this weekend. I don't know if it's just because I watched this team play the last 2 nights. And I've watched them throughout the week too. And I was there. I got the feel of Boston. It was amazing, by the way.
Right.
But they're hot. So maybe the thing with this is that maybe they come to a cold streak here. But at the same time, I also think the Yankees, who have been one of the streakiest teams and probably the streakiest team of all baseball right now. Yeah. Imagine they go on one of those runs right now. They get into the playoffs. Let's say they win, 7 out of 9 here. They get to the playoffs. They win that wild card game. And now you've got one of the hottest teams in baseball with probably the best pitcher in the American League. Yeah. Yes, a shady bullpen, but you get hot and that offense gets going. That's scary. Now, right. You have to get hot at the right time and you have to stay hot. That's what the postseason is about. That's why teams like the Blue Jays are so dangerous. And that's why I'm starting to really feel that's why Boston's so dangerous. They're getting pitchers back. They got Sale back. If they get hot, if the offense gets hot, anything can happen.
Right. Yeah.
So if the Yankees can get hot here, again, like any of those 3 teams, just like any of the wild card teams I just said, anything can happen in the MLB postseason.
Yes, you're 100% correct. I mean, we've seen it throughout the postseason in previous years. I mean, I think back
the Mets went to the World Series because
exactly the Mets went to the World Series. I think back to the 2019 Nationals. Everybody wrote that team out, even in the before the trade deadline, and even going into the playoffs, people were not taking them seriously. They won that wild card game against the Brewers by what's the word I'm looking for here?
Trent Grisham error.
No, but they won it so close by a hair, whatever.
By a hair.
Yeah, whatever. On a Trent Grisham error, and then they go on this incredible run. So yeah, you're right. Baseball is a wacky game. It's all about getting hot at the right time, coming up with the big hits. So yes, anything can happen. But the Yankees can also go on a cold streak. So the thing that scares me with this week is the way the season has been so up and down. And it feels to me like they're just so undeserving of a playoff spot because of the way they've performed. Is like, it's going to all come full circle and finally bite them in the ass kind of a thing. Like the Blue Jays, everybody was talking about the Blue Jays. Oh my God, look at the Blue Jays. Look at their run differential. It does not represent their record at all. And then you're talking about the Yankees, and at certain points they're over 500 and they have a negative run differential. And they've been so freaking streaky, like we said, and not being able to come up with the big hit, leading the AL and double plays with the bases loaded, and all these just stats that don't represent a fundamental and good baseball team. So that kind of does go in the back of your mind and scare you that, karma's going to strike eventually and all things are going to balance out, but we'll wait and see.
Blue Jays still have the 5th best run differential in all baseball.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense. I have a question for you. This might sound like a stupid question. So you said you think that if they, it could all crash and burn. They get hot. Maybe they don't get hot. Would you rather them not get hot right now, miss out, or flame out with the wild card game or in the divisional round.
You're asking me would I rather them like miss the playoffs or just get to the playoffs and then just get bounced out right away, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely go to the playoffs.
Make the playoffs.
Easily, yeah.
I hate that because I remember Met fans when they were like, when we were like kind of in it still a few games back, and they were like, well, I don't want Rojas back, so I'd rather them not make the playoffs.
That's so stupid. That's such a miserable way to look at stuff. Like, I think about like me with the Jets. I don't understand how someone could say like, oh, I'd rather see my team go 5-12 than make it to the playoffs and lose in the divisional round. Like, do you know how miserable it is when you're 5-12 and you're not playing meaningful football the entire season? Like,
right.
You play to go to the championship, and if you fall short, you fall short. It's just you got as far as you could go, and it's about obviously you want your team to win every single year, but there's also, when we're talking about baseball now, there's also 30 teams in the league. You're not going to win every year, so while we would like to see that, or we'd like to see at least one championship, it's all about the ride, the journey, and the thrill of being a fan. I mean, I want to see my team go as far as I can. Listen, the Yankees haven't won a World Series since I've been like a diehard Yankee fan. I was 8 years old when they won in 2009. I knew 5 players on the team, whatever. But I still do value recent Yankees postseason moments. Like, of course, it pains me to know that they've fallen short. And obviously with the 2017 with the Astros and just everything like that. But it puts a smile on my face every time I see Didi Gregorius hitting that wild card 3-run home run.
Of course.
Or Greg Bird, hitting the go-ahead shot against Andrew Miller in the ALDS. Like, moments like that are, you remember forever, even if your team doesn't go all the way. So, yeah, I would definitely rather see my team go as far as they can go.
It's kind of like the argument we were having when we were walking out of the Jet game on Sunday. I was like, I said to you, I would rather the Giants have lost like this to the football team than the way they did, the way where the Jets just got blown out. I said, I'd rather lose like that than the way the Giants lost. And you said, well, no, I disagree.
Right.
It's the same argument.
Exactly.
I wish the Mets,
because like I said, with that, yes, the Giants lost in such a heartbreaking fashion, but you were so engaged in that game and it was exciting. Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but I would still rather have that happen than see Zach Wilson throw 4 interceptions and the Jets are not even competitive in the game. Like, that's just like embarrassing and depressing.
Now that I'm over it, now that I'm over the loss and not as emotional, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But still, I don't even want to get into it. I wish the Mets, were competitive every year. One team wins the World Series every year. And guess what? There is some luck into that. Yes, you have to be built, the right way, and you have to have great players, but there is some luck. I mean,
everything needs to fall into place.
The Mets had some real good luck in 2015 getting to the World Series, and I'm just talking about the Mets as one team. They had luck when they won the World Series. They were the best team in '86, and it wasn't even close.
Right.
And they probably shouldn't have won that series.
Right.
So there's so much that's involved in it. And
very true.
You're right. Exactly. Enjoy the ride. The Yankees have consistently had, really good regular seasons. And this is one of the worst in a while. I'm not counting last season. This is one of the worst in a while. So you're in the race. You're right there. Let's, this is gonna be real. I texted you guys before. I was like, I can't wait for this Yankees Red Sox series. I wish my team was in the playoffs, but I love. This might sound so stupid. I love postseason baseball to the point where I will turn off the football game to watch postseason baseball.
Oh, 100%. Me too.
Even when my team's not in it.
Right.
So I cannot wait for the playoffs to start. Cannot wait. This would be a baseball podcast.
And this has a feel of a playoff series, So,
but as long as the Yankees as long as the Yankees don't get swept this weekend, every series is going to have the feel of a playoff series. And on top of it, you have the Tampa Bay Rays who are going to have the division clinched, probably the 1 seed at that point. Are they going to want to play spoiler to somebody?
True.
How are they going to be?
True.
That last series, the last weekend of the year.
And I think it's so important for the Yankees to get this win to open up the series, because talk about momentum. and talk
Yeah.
about they obviously have their ace going tomorrow. So you want to get off on the right foot, take advantage of Cole being on the mound. You hopefully, Cole has a good start and they can give him some run support, and you win the first game, you put the pressure on the Red Sox. If you don't win that game and the
You're
Red
losing
Sox
the series if you don't win
then
Friday.
yeah, all of a sudden it's like you're pushed into the corner now. You don't have you wasted the Garrett Cole start, and you're trying to salvage the series. So I think tomorrow is the most important game the Yankees have played this season.
100%.
Yeah,
and there's no guy you'd rather have on the mound. 100%. You just got to hope that he can. He hasn't pitched well against Boston, and it's not. There's no shot. There's no surprise. It's not like looking at numbers. Like he has not been good.
right.
So it's got to be better. That's why you pay him $320 million to win these games.
Yep.
So I'm very excited for this series. I'm sure you're nervous, but excited.
Yes, I am nervous, but if we do win the series, that's I'm going to be a little annoying on Twitter with Red Sox fans, and I'm kind of and I hope I can be able to do that because that's a lot of fun.
I was in Boston for the Mets game on Tuesday night, Mets Red Sox with the 7 line. And I'm sitting behind these Red Sox fans. And you know what? I'm not an idiot. I know the rivalries, just like I hate Philadelphia fans because I'm a Mets Giants fans. These people are nonstop about how much they hate the Yankees. Like it is just unfreaking believable. It's worse than Philly, and it's definitely worse than Philly in New York. I don't know about football, but baseball wise, it's absolutely
If you watch a Red Sox game at Fenway Park against the Yankees, you'll hear a ton of Yankees suck chants, but on the other side,
a lot of them on Tuesday night.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But then if
you know what's funny, they start it though, and then the Met fans get involved,
right?
And then we start.
That's how you guys get along, yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other side in New York, you don't hear Red Sox suck chants as much because I don't know. I guess it's they're our little brothers or something. But
pea brain.
They the Red Sox fans have a valid point to talk some smack because they've been more successful than the Yankees have in the past 2 decades. So they can
100%.
They can talk a little bit. They're allowed.
Great fans.
Oh yeah, the best.
A regular Tuesday night, that place was packed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It was on. I'm like, holy crap. I asked one of the guys behind me, I go, Tuesday night like this, I understand you're in the race, but it's a Tuesday night in September.
Yeah, and I cannot stand Red Sox fans, but I mean, I'm sure all of them are Patriots fans too, but I dislike Patriots fans more. I guess just because of the recent success with the Patriots and the dynasty and everything like that. But I just want to punch every Patriots fan in the face sometimes, man. I'll tell you.
Right. It's funny because I don't know who I hate more, Eagle or Philly fans. And I kind of got the vibe that it's really 50-50 there in Boston, where it's like, half of my life is the Red Sox and half of my life is the Patriots. I'll deal with it, as it comes, as the season comes.
Right.
In Philadelphia, it is 75 Eagles, 25 Phillies. Like they love their Phillies, but the Eagles are their life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's split in Boston. It's more of a baseball town in Boston. It really is.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, you have that, ballpark. You have to.
And Boston really has been like title town the past decade or more. I mean,
with everything.
Yeah. The Bruins have won, the Red Sox have won, the Patriots have won, and then the Celtics won. When was the last time the Celtics won? Like 2008?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, right?
It must be 2008.
2008. Yeah, so but talk about championships. They've been pretty good. I'm kind of jealous, but
might want to move. Might want to pack a bag and go move over there.
No, definitely not. Hopefully this decade's New York's decade.
The Brooklyn Nets and the New York Islanders.
Oh yeah.
Let's go over to Philly quickly because Bryce Harper, I think we've been looking at this NL MVP race, and it's I've said it's It's between Harper and Tatis, and then we had both said it was Harper and Soto. It's Harper. Give it to him now. Wrap it up. It's unbelievable what this guy has done. I have a stat here for you, and I said to pull it up, but it's actually like crazy what I'm about to read you. Let me just. Well, I got a podcast to watch later. Got Eli Manning. All right, ready? Bryce Harper comes into tonight, so Thursday night, with 94 runs scored, 39 doubles, 33 home runs, and 90 walks. Here are the only outfielders in MLB history to have 100 runs scored, 40 doubles, 30 home runs, and 100 RBIs in a season. 100 walks in a season, sorry. Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, and Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu. Wow.
The only four. So
Did that get picked up on the mic?
A little bit. You like kind of screamed like a girl a little bit, so I couldn't really hear it.
Ooh.
Oh, I heard that. I heard
that was a strong one.
Out of there.
Oh, let's hope the power stays intact today.
Oh boy,
a little awkward. Nah, but Bobby Abreu, what the hell? That was a little from left field.
Look at that. Hold on. Let me look at that season Abreu had. But that's an unbelievable company, obviously.
Yes, definitely.
So if he can, I listen. I think it's him. Yeah, you've been on him. Pause. You've been on him. So
yeah,
100%.
And we've talked about Bryce Harper, and I do think he's the MVP. But I actually want to talk about Juan Soto and just how unbelievably talented this kid is. I mean, we're looking at future Hall of Famer. That's easy. Future all century team. This guy, like, unbelievably generational talent. One of the greatest, could go down as one of the greatest hitters of all time. I'm not even joking.
I'm almost positive I've been saying that.
Okay. Yeah.
Here and in person.
Right. Yeah.
And you're right.
You're the only guy who picked up on Juan Soto.
No, come on. Even when he was a tough start, I've always been all over this guy. He is just,
his plate discipline is unbelievable. He has saw 100. Shout out to Joe, my brother. He told me this stat. He has seen 147 high fastballs this year. Guess how many he's strung at? He's swung at
2.
0.
That's unbelievable.
And one of them has been a strike. 146 balls.
Can I read you this?
Sure.
Last 2 years, 188 games, 40 home runs, 127 RBIs. He's batting .328, 472 OPS, 581 slugging. That's
you always say OPS when you mean to say on base percentage.
I do that, don't I?
Yeah. 472 on base percentage.
On base percentage, 581 slugging, 1,053 OPS. His OPS plus is 188.
Yeah, wait till those slugging numbers get even higher. So I'm looking at
the worst ballpark. I think that's one of the worst ballparks in baseball.
I don't like Nationals Park. I'm looking at Baseball Savant right now. If anyone doesn't know what Baseball Savant is, it's a website with a lot of good stats about exit velocity, barrel percentage, stuff like that. So Juan Soto is in the 94th percentile this year for average exit velocity, 98th percentile max exit velocity, 94th percentile hard hit percentage, 100th percentile weighted xwOBA. I'm sorry, not weighted xwOBA. 84th percentile barrel percentage, 100th percentile in walk percentage, 93rd percentile in strikeout percentage, and 100th percentile in chase rate. His plate discipline is unbelievable. And then when he does swing, he is one of the best hitters at barreling up the ball and, hitting it hard. It's unbelievable how professional and talented of a hitter this kid is. And he's only 22 years old.
Jason Stark, he writes for The Athletic. he wrote an article about him being the next Ted Williams, and he
Yeah.
got killed for it. But he went through the numbers and he was like, this compares to Ted Williams. All these numbers are better than Ted Williams.
Yep.
And now we're sitting here and we're like, this guy is going to be better than Ted Williams. Like, this is going to be one of the greatest players we've ever seen.
If I'm the Washington Nationals, I do whatever the hell I can to lock this guy up for the rest of his career.
Well, that was my next question. If he hit the market tomorrow, what's his number? Trout got 425, and Trout, it was older.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously, if you hit the market as a 22-year-old, we're talking about he could get a freaking 20-year contract. I think he would, just in terms of average annual value, he would get at least, I think he would get 40 million, to be honest with you. I think
that's where you start. I think.
Yeah.
That's where you start.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at like a 12-year.
All right. I'm putting you on the spot right here, but I'm sure you've probably asked yourself this question, and I might have asked you before. Acuna, Tatis, Vlad, Soto. You can 1 through 4 rank who you want over the next 10, 20 years, whatever.
Soto, Acuna. Soto, Tatis, Acuna, Vlad.
I agree with the Acuna Vlad. I still debate a little bit. And take injuries aside, I think I might go with Tatis just because of the position he plays. He plays such a premium position and just how he does everything right. Although his defense has had a little hiccups. But man, Soto's bat is just unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Where did you put Acuna on that list?
3, and I think he's obviously
phenomenal.
It sucks putting him 3.
I might put him 4.
Wow, you're putting Vladdy up there.
I mean, Vlad could be, look at the year he's having this year. He could have a Miguel Cabrera-esque career. So, but then
I wouldn't be shocked with that.
Yeah. But then again,
I just want to.
Acuna could have, a career in the likes of Mike Trout, whatever. Yeah.
I just want to pull up their numbers like side by side, what they've done. Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
Do you think what the Acuna is? He was playing center for them now?
Yes. Yeah, he was. I think they originally planned for Pache to play center, but he was so bad that he's not.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to stick with Acuna there. 5-tool player.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen this before, right? The only thing that reminds me of it was when Trout and Harper were coming up. But
it's 2 guys.
4 guys who are 22 or younger. And they all are, already winning awards, and we could see Soto and Vlad as the 2 MVPs. It's really you really have to appreciate what's going on here.
And it's so nice. The 2 of them are my favorite team's division. It's great.
Yeah, well, we got Vlad, but
yeah, have fun. We got to deal with these 2 idiots. All right. Where are we going? AL Cy Young race is disgusting.
It is.
I mean, the fact that Cole hasn't locked this up, and then Ray has a chance to lock it up last week, and he, shits the bed. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Can somebody take control of it, please? It's really gonna. That's gonna come down to the last week too. Just like the wild cards, the Cy Young race is gonna come down to it too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Ray might have it right now, if I'm being honest.
I think he does right now.
His connection keeps getting choppy. But yeah, Cole lost a lot of numbers.
I don't know if it's the connection or if it's my AirPods. Oh no, it's connection.
It's the connection because your video, lags.
Am I on my good Wi-Fi? I'm not. I'm not on my good Wi-Fi.
No, well, there you go. Well, switch to your good Wi-Fi when we go to break.
We will. Uh, what else was there? Oh, there's this picture of the why am I the Dodgers. Scherzer, Urias, Kershaw, and Bueller are all in like biker gang gear. It's actually hilarious. Like it's hysterical. You gotta let me see. Look it up. It was just posted.
What do you think if the Dodgers and the Giants face off in the NLDS? What do you honestly think is going to happen in that series?
You know what's funny? I'm looking. I hate to just switch the team for a second. I look at the Cardinals and I'm like, the Cardinals do everything right. You know, their bullpen's been solid. Do they have the one starter that can win that wild card game, Wainwright? And they play great defense and they're great situational hitting.
So
I think they can upset that team in the wild card game. And it's funny because I'm like, well, that's the Giants, just a little better. I don't know. I'm just gonna go based on talent and experience. I'm gonna say the Dodgers.
Right. And obviously they'll have home field, which gives them an advantage. But yeah, Wainwright's had a fantastic season. What's going on with Jack Flaherty's health?
I don't think he's pitched.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't know if he's gonna be returning anytime soon.
I doubt it.
But that's a tough blow for them. But yeah, you're right. The Cardinals are, I mean, they're the hottest team in baseball right now. They've won 12 in a row. Talk about getting hot at the right time. And they've had some really nice stories this year. Obviously, you just said Wainwright, in his age 40 season, is pitching like he's 26 right now. And on the offensive side, Tyler O'Neill has emerged as this team's one of their best hitters. I mean, he leads the team in a couple categories. He leads them in OPS. Arenado's had a nice year for them. OPS is a little low, but he's driven in 100 guys. Got 33 homers. And Paul Goldschmidt's had a good year. His OPS is about 870. So
he's had a very, very good year.
Yeah,
Goldschmidt, especially of late.
So they've had a good season. The bullpen is great, like you said. Gallegos is great. Alex Reyes has had a fantastic season. He's their closer. So I think the Cardinals could pull off a possible upset, but man,
I'm sorry, I went away from your question now.
Yeah, but the Dodgers or the Giants, if one of them advance, they're gonna play each other, whoever does. So what do you think happens?
Yeah, I'm going to go Dodgers.
Okay.
I think when you can throw Scherzer twice,
yes,
he's the best pitcher on the planet right now, in my opinion.
I think their rotation is so good, the Dodgers, that I think they could deal with this. But if they do make the wild card, now you lose Scherzer for one of the starts in the DS. He doesn't start till game 3. But
so you got Bueller twice.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants have played the Dodgers well all season long. Like
they won the season series.
Yeah. And, a lot of people, when we talk about the Giants, usually when you think about a surprise team, a lot of people like to think about like the pitching staff, but their offense has been unbelievable this year. The Giants, they lead the majors, I believe, in home runs.
Yeah.
And this whole stigma about the whole striking out thing, and like people wanted to talk about the Yankees from the past couple of years and be like, oh, you strike out too much, you hit for too much power, this and that. The Giants and the Rays are both in the bottom half of the league in strikeout percentage, and they're both in the top of the league in home run percentage. And they're both going to be, it's not guaranteed for the Giants, but they're both going to be number 1 seeds in each league. So
you're saying the Giants strike out the most?
The Giants strike out a lot and they hit a lot of home runs.
It can win you games in the regular season, but we've seen it in the postseason where it doesn't translate. It doesn't work in the. They could prove it wrong. Both of those teams can prove it wrong. I did not know that I didn't know the Rays were like that. I knew the Giants led the league in home runs. I didn't know the Rays were like that.
Right. I mean, we'll see.
We've seen it happen. I've seen it happen too many times with teams like that.
The Giants are second in the MLB in home runs. They lead the NL in home runs. The Rays are 6th in the MLB, 3rd in the AL. in home runs. And then, yeah, when you look at the strikeouts, the Rays are third in baseball in strikeouts, and the Giants are seventh. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Might have to change my World Series pick there.
really. What is your World Series pick?
I was gonna have a rematch.
Didn't you say Brewers White? Remember you said Brewers White Sox like 2 months
Let's
ago?
talk about the White Sox. I
Yeah.
wanted to bring them up.
Yeah.
That statistic I sent you guys the other day is something else. I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, all my pictures from Fenway Park. Oh my god, it's in the middle of this. Here it is. AL Central standing since June 14th. The Detroit Tigers 48 and 39. In second, the White Sox 44 and 42.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I had the White Sox in like what was that, late July, early June. I was like White Sox, Brewers. Yeah, Dodgers, right? Dodgers, Rays. Maybe the Brewers. It wouldn't shock me if the Brew Crew snuck in there. They got the pitching to do it. Burns, Woodruff, Peralta definitely slowed down.
Yes.
He got hurt, I think, but they got guys, man. They got relievers everywhere. They just pull pitchers out of their ass. What's his name? Freddie
What?
Peralta.
Yes.
He doesn't have many innings, but he's got 2.65 ERA.
No.
No, 1.59 ERA plus.
Mm-hmm.
He's beast. Anything else in baseball?
Are the Cardinals basically wrapping up this wild card?
It's done. Who's gonna jump them here?
Yeah, 4.5 back the Phillies are. And you're gonna say you don't give a crap, but I was rooting for the Phillies a little. I wanted to see them get in. But
the Phillies are 2 games back of the Braves. They're right there.
Doesn't look like. Oh crap! You're right. I forgot about the poverty NL East. That's still, up in the air.
The Braves are poverty.
The fact that it's September 23rd, we have less than 10 games to go, and the Atlanta Braves are still not guaranteed an above 500 record, and they're leading the NL East, just proves how poverty this division is.
Yeah, I hate the Phillies so much, but I'll say this: they're a better story. Like they're more fun and they're more interesting than the Braves.
Yeah.
So just for our sake, I'm not rooting for them, but if I had to pick a team to win the division, I'd probably go Phils. That'd be interesting.
Okay, just real quick before I get to this, about the White Sox. Yeah, I'm not loving the White Sox. About a month and a half ago, I was already saying this because
you were on that.
The weakness of that division, their above 500 record. I'm really just not loving it. They are a good team on paper, but their starting pitching starting to fizzle out a little bit, which is concerning. And Eloy Jimenez hasn't really been as good as they would hope coming off injury. And I just don't see that team getting far into the postseason. What would you call the biggest surprise of the MLB season in terms of success? Not a team that sucked and we didn't expect it. A team that has obviously had a successful season. And I know there might be a couple obvious answers that come to mind, but I want you to really think about it and let me know what you think. Who has been the biggest surprise?
I thought the Giants would be better than people thought. Obviously not this good, and I didn't think they'd make the playoffs. But I always said, beginning of the year, you can go back and listen to the tape. I thought they'd sit around 500.
Right.
2 teams come to mind. One of them being the Red Sox. I'm genuinely shocked by that. Still am. But I know where you're going with this. The Mariners.
Yeah.
The Mariners are the team. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how do they have 83 wins right now?
I agree with you with the Giants. I think everybody would. I saw the Giants as, a 500 team, maybe, 85 wins if everything really went well. I would never have saw a 100+ win season coming out of them. The Brewers.
Yes.
I thought the Brewers. To be honest with you, I thought the Brewers were at the most the third best team in this division going into the season.
I didn't like the Brewers.
And the offense was just not great. I wasn't, there were so many question marks in that rotation, and obviously we know how fantastic that's turned out. But yeah, the Seattle Mariners, I mean, and they still have a negative 53 run differential, which is crazy. But the fact that this team has 84 wins, they're
I'm
still in the
looking.
hunt for the wild card. They're 2 games back of the wild card.
I'm
They're
looking at the
playing
predictions.
great baseball.
I'm looking at the predictions now. I guess I did. I don't know why I thought this about Giants. I had the Giants at 78 wins.
Mm.
I had the Brewers at 83. I had the Nationals at 85. I thought they would be the
Wow.
closest team to the wild card in the
Wow.
NL East, not the Phillies.
And it's refreshing to see this because I feel like in baseball the past couple of years we haven't really had a lot of parity. It's been, some teams were like the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Astros and the Red Sox or whoever were always at the top, and we kind of knew how the standings were going to end up. But yeah, I mean the division winners. How many? We'll just go through the divisions. The Yankees were probably the favorite in the East, although the Rays aren't like a crazy surprise. They obviously went to the World Series last year. But with the loss of Snell and Morton, we didn't think they were going to be as good. But they obviously proved that wrong. The White Sox, that's no surprise, and the Astros, that's no surprise. But then you go over to the NL. Milwaukee, and then obviously the biggest surprise of them all, San Francisco.
Right.
And I think the most disappointing team this season, I think this one's an easy one. The San Diego Padres have definitely been the most disappointing team. I mean, come on. 77-75. We talked the other day. They're first of all, they're 21 and a half games out of the NL West, but obviously when the team in first place has 99 wins and the season's not even over yet, you're going to be far behind. But yeah, we're talking World Series with this team, and Blake Snell has been terrible. Yu Darvish has been god awful. And did you see that, like his stats ever since that substance thing came out where they were cracking down on illegal substances? His ERA is like 7 since that happened. So it's a little fishy. He's a high strikeout guy. Can definitely see that being a factor.
You made a TikTok about Walker. I mean, that kind of like fits the timeline a little after. I don't know. It was a lot after because he was pitching very well, like literally up until the All-Star break.
Right. But honestly, some of Walker's advanced metrics kind of were showing that he was like very lucky the first half, and I think it kind of came back to bite him.
I always said that.
Yeah.
I would watch his games and I'm like, wow, that ball was hard.
I remember you saying that. You were like, the amount of times you felt you saw him give up like a warning track fly out or something. Yeah.
The ball just, I guess it flew out the second half.
Right.
He did. He was so susceptible to that long fly, the fly balls just in general. And I'm like, they're not getting out. So let them stay that way. But, hey, maybe they juiced the ball at the end.
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe. People say the ball was juiced at Field of Dreams. They were really flying out of there.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see it doing that. Baseball would do that.
They were flying out of Citi Field too.
Yeah.
Subway Series, two best series of the year, and the ball's flying out. Maybe a little investigation there. John Boy, where you're at?
We're headed into the prime of sports here. I mean, we're already, it's so fun to talk about baseball and football all episode, but we're getting into we're going to be in the middle of the NFL season and then postseason baseball, and then next thing you know, the NBA is coming around and the NHL or whatever, and we're such big hockey guys, obviously.
Right, big hockey guys,
and the NASCAR playoffs. No, I'm kidding.
Right, huge.
But I really am so excited. I'm nervous, obviously, as a Yankee fan, but as a baseball fan, I'm just so amped to see what happens. And I'm glad my team's not competing in the NL because I think the NL is so much more interesting than the AL. Although both are interesting, but I really just want to see what happens with the Giants, and now the Cardinals are this new team added to the mix, and let's see how far they can go. So looking forward to it.
Don't sleep on my Brew Crew there.
Obviously the Brewers.
All right, let's take a quick break. We're gonna get to some football. We're gonna go over our picks from last week. Big lead there for somebody. And yeah, big NFL week. So we'll get to that when we come back. Here we go. Episode 35, the Hardline Sports Talk. We are back. So I was in Boston for the third time mentioning it now. It was unbelievable, but third time mentioning it.
Yeah.
I was in Boston over the week, and I put on. I'm a sports radio nerd, so of course when we first got into Massachusetts, I was like, oh, we got to turn the music off. We got to put on 98.5 the Sports Hub. I throw it on, and you listen. The Red Sox in a big time pennant race. Patriots just won a game.
Yep.
They're going to be competing for the playoffs. They got their rookie quarterback. And the topic on the radio station is Tom Brady. It's still Tom Brady.
They're upset.
And listen to this. So I turn it on. I start listening. I'm like, all right. And he goes, I'm genuinely worried that Tom Brady is going to win like 2 or 3 more Super Bowls in Tampa and completely forget about us, to the point where he just like doesn't even acknowledge the fact that he was ever a New England Patriot. Where he like goes in as a Buck, and he does his retirement and his jersey retirements as a Buck, and doesn't want to come back to the Patriots. I'm like, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is what you're worried about. I just found it funny. And listen, it doesn't help the fact, honestly, that Tom Brady's dad likes to call into the radio station and take jabs at them, because he has. He said when the schedule came out. Yeah, when the schedule came out, he said something about them, coming into New England and, staying undefeated. Like saying, oh, we'll be 4-0 after we leave, because they're playing. And there's going to be a lot of talk about it. You're going to nonstop hear about it next week.
How about they worry about LA this week?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, Tom Brady's dad. You're right. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's going to be nonstop talk about Brady and
I mean,
going back to Tampa.
That's like your ex-girlfriend dumping you, and it's you just can't get over it.
Right. I mean, but it's both sides. Like Brady's dad's going back at them, and now I have this for you. It's perfect timing. I screenshotted it before we started. Alex Guerrero, his trainer, it comes out today and says, Tom Brady's trainer, you can't treat somebody like who's in his 40s like he's 20. Basically, it doesn't work. And Guerrero was talking about Belichick, how he didn't, I guess respect Brady, or he treated Brady like he was some rookie that still had to compete when he was late 30s, early 40s. Like, I don't know. It's just so annoying, much drama. Man. You're gonna nonstop hear about it for a week, and it's cool to see, but it gets annoying. It's like, oh, this is funny, this is interesting, and it's like, but it's annoying to a point. We've already had all this drama already. It's over with.
Who cares anymore? Like, just move on. Worry about Mac Jones now and how good Mac Jones is going to be. Enough with Tom Brady. You won freaking 6 Super Bowls with the guy. It's over.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. You're Patriot fans.
And who are the biggest frauds on the planet? Those Patriots fans,
yes,
that are now like Bucks fans, because they're like, oh, I just love Brady so much. Like, now I'm a Bucks fan. Like,
sellouts.
No, you're a Patriots fan.
The Patriot fans that were, like you said, buying his jersey, rooting for him, and I said this to one of the Red Sox fans at the game. I said, the fact that some Patriot fans thought that they were part of this Super Bowl, that they were part of this run, I was like, I am shocked by the fact that you guys, who are loyal fans, good fans, are selling yourselves out for this guy like this. I was like, I'm shocked.
It's ridiculous.
Because that's what
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was selling it. They sold out for this guy on a different team. He flat left you. And you're rooting this guy for this guy like you are. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, and it's again nonstop talk about it for the next week 4. It's the hottest ticket, I think, in the country right now. It's as expensive as a Super Bowl to be in Foxborough week 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to be a highly anticipated game. It's the biggest return. It's like LeBron going back to Cleveland, but like
bigger. I think it's bigger than LeBron going back to
definitely. 100% bigger. Because
That
at
place
least
is
like
gonna
LeBron
be-
went to Cleveland, he never won a championship when he went back to Cleveland with the Heat.
right.
But Brady, and he also played 4 years, 5 years for the Cavs, whatever the hell he did. Actually, no, it was more than that. Sorry, what the hell am I talking about? It was like, what did he get drafted 2003, and he left in like 2010.
4.
So like,
Yeah, something
yeah,
like that.
7 years, whatever. But Brady, guy played freaking 20 seasons with the Patriots, won 6 Super Bowls. So yeah, it's definitely bigger.
I am that game is like you just got to be you got to be glued to the TV Sunday night next week. You got some great games this weekend, and we're gonna make our picks on our TikTok again. You'll see those. We'll post them on our socials. But these games are insane this week. Really, a lot of great division games, a lot of great out of conference games, a lot of great in conference games. Just like the Bucks are playing the Rams, and yet I'm so looking forward to that game next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
Bucks having 2 really good games coming up.
Bucks are interesting. I'm excited to see how Brady's look great. I'm excited to see how he looks against the Rams here.
I think the story of the Bucks is how about Gronk? I think the Brady Gronk connection might be back. It really might. And I know it's only 2 games into the season, but their chemistry looks really good. Gronk has 4 touchdowns through 2 games. He doesn't. It's not like he's 5 for 50 on the season with 2 touchdowns. He's getting a lot of targets. He's getting yards. So
it's always been about health with him. If he was healthy and on the field, he was one of the best players on the field.
And how about his little Monday Night Football thing with Eli and Peyton? And he's saying like that was actually really funny. He's like, yeah, I don't really watch film. I just asked Tom like who's guarding me.
He asked Tom what coverage are they in and who's guarding me. That was hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, listen, you get Gronk unfiltered. That's something.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, really. What did you watch any of the Eli Payton? You were watching in the crowd.
I did.
Oh, okay, you did watch it. What did you think?
It was pretty good. I think Peyton's obviously a little more of like the animated one, but Eli was funny too. I wouldn't watch I didn't watch the whole game like that. I couldn't. It was funny in glimpses, but wasn't bad.
With a terrible game like last night, Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
But when you got a good game on, and if my team was even playing, actually, I don't know, because Eli and Peyton with the Giants would be kind of funny. But if there was a good game on, I wouldn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want the normal broadcast.
But that normal broadcast ain't much better.
No, it's terrible.
Is it Louis Riddick that's in the booth?
It's Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Brian Grease.
Louis Riddick, I was actually I kind of liked him when he would be on like NFL Network or wherever he would be.
Regular analyst.
Providing insight as an analyst. Yeah. As a commentator, he is terrible.
You don't like him?
No, I don't. I can't stand him. I can't stand all of them. Who was it? Testatori, you said?
No, Steve Levy and Brian Grease.
Steve Levy and Brian. Yeah, all of them I think suck.
Here's the problem. Steve Levy doesn't have the big game voice. Right. When I listen to Steve Levy, I think I'm watching a 10 o'clock college football game.
Right.
When I listen to Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, even in a game like tonight where you got the Panthers and the Texans, if I'm not looking at the game and I was at Miller's and I hear it on the speakers, I'm like, oh, sounds like a big game.
Yeah.
Sounds like something interesting.
Mike Tirico and John Gruden was the heyday. And obviously John Gruden, we're not getting that anytime soon.
But they let Mike Tirico walk ESPN for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
They let him walk to NBC, and Mike Tirico does a great job with NBC. Did you see the lightning just now?
No.
Oh my God! I saw it through my camera.
Looking down at my phone.
Oh, you missed a big lightning strike through you saw it.
I'll watch the replay.
Window. Yeah. No, but they let Tirico walk for nothing, and he's doing. Oh my God! Did you hear that?
No.
It's only like an explosion out there. I'm getting scared now. I'm alone downstairs. So,
Aww. You wanna go run up to mommy and daddy?
Yeah, I'll go run in the bed.
Blue Jays lost, by the way.
Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Full game up now,
Full game up.
and you got a chance to go with 2 games up on them.
Yeah. You know, we're talking about just heading back to baseball real quick. We're talking about the Yankees and the Red Sox series, but how about Rangers Orioles?
Oh God.
Let's go, baby.
Imagine
55 and 98 versus 49 and 104. Orioles
Imagine-
win first game of the series.
Imagine interrupting an intellectual football talk to talk about the Orioles and the Rangers playing. No, please.
That's fine.
Where were we? Oh, we're talking about NBC.
Torrico,
ESPN.
yeah, NBC.
Yeah. Where were we before that? Oh, we talked about Peyton Eli. Yeah, I like Peyton and Eli. I don't know. It's I got a soft spot for my boy. So
How about Arch Manning? That kid's gonna be a stud.
this is interesting. He said he apparently told his friend that he loved Georgia, but him and Lane Kiffin have like this little thing going at Ole Miss, and now the next stop he's going to visit Alabama, and they're playing Ole Miss. So I don't know. This is gonna be something.
Christ. Oh my God.
You go follow his uncle.
Must be nice being him.
Yeah, really. He gets to just do whatever the hell he wants.
Whose son? He's Cooper's son.
How funny.
That's so funny. Like, what are the odds that Cooper didn't do crap?
I mean, Eli's got young kids, so it's definitely not Eli's time yet. But
right,
yeah, right. Like Peyton, God forbid, Peyton popped the talented
talk about
kid out.
the talent tree in that family, though. I mean, Jesus, how many quarterbacks can they pump out?
Cooper played, and I don't know if this is like fake or not, but I think Cooper was like a really good wide receiver and got hurt.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It was a while ago. I don't even know how true it is, but
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
No. All right, you want to go over the picks?
Yeah. Do you want to go over the picks?
Yeah, this week wasn't so bad for me. I mean, it could have been better. We'll go game by game. Steelers Raiders. I had -6. We'll keep this quick. I had -6.5 for the Steelers. I took the L on that. Raiders not only covered, but they won. What about you?
Yeah, I had the Raiders plus 6. Excuse me, I had the Raiders plus 6.5. Sorry.
Okay. You did? I thought you had the Steelers.
All right, this is what happened. You want me to? I could change it if you want. So I said Raiders. Like if you go back in the video, I said Raiders, and then when I was making picks on the way to the game,
Yeah,
remember I said
that's not how this works.
I actually said I like the Steelers -6.
Right.
So which one do you want to give me? The
That's
one
not
I said
how
on the
this
video?
works,
do you want the one I said in the video or the one I said
the one
in
you
person?
said in the video?
Okay, then I got it right. Raiders plus 6.5.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give that to you. But yeah, you just whatever you say in the video is
never bet on the Steelers. Never bet on the Steelers.
Yeah, I know.
It's all I'm gonna say.
We're not betting.
Right, but I'm just saying, don't do it.
Yeah. Chicago -1.5. I got that correct.
I did not. I had the Bengals. Don't bet on the Bengals either because that offense is terrible.
Then Houston +13.5. That hit for me.
I had that as well.
Another L. I had Rams -3.5. They won by 3.
You're casual.
Okay, yeah.
So I read this stat before the game. I know we're trying to keep this quick, but I don't want to. Home teams that finished 0-1 and lost in that started 0-1 were playing at home again and lost by 6 or less. Cover the spread like 65% of the time. Play the numbers there.
Look at you with your numbers. Bills Dolphins. I had Dolphins got their ass kicked. And some Dolphins fans are gonna be like, "Oh, but Tua got hurt."
No,
I don't care. If Tua was perfectly healthy. They lost by 35 points. And Josh Allen though, like he's still not looking phenomenal, like the way we would expect him to look.
Man, don't worry about Josh Allen. He'll be good.
This was like a weird blowout to me. Like the Bills didn't really look like they were like playing like dominant football, but they won 35-0. So
listen, Allen needs a big week. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Allen needs a big week.
So yeah, that wrong for me.
I had the Bills.
I mean, this is just hometown, home team, bias out of me with the Jets +6. Idiot that I am. I know you took the Patriots.
Yeah, smartly.
Eagles
Oh, you just missed another massive lightning strike outside of my window.
San Francisco -3. That hit for me.
I took the Eagles there. I like the I like the Eagles. Should have won. Nick Sirianni's an idiot.
Oh, here we go. New Orleans -3.5. L for me.
Oh, I'm not feeling the Jameis train. Jameis looked like Jameis last week.
Yeah. How about the Panthers 3-0 now after tonight's win? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Easy schedule. Easy schedule to start the year.
Yeah, I mean, your boy Sam Darnold.
The Saints win is nice, but Jets and Texans, both at home too. Or actually, no, Texans were on the road. Sorry.
Texans were on the road.
Yeah. Jaguars, Broncos. I had Denver -5.5. That hit.
As did I.
Cardinals, Vikings. My quote lock of the week. I got it wrong.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Cardinals -3.5. Cardinals won by 1 point. Should have lost, but the Vikings have a nice history of idiotic kickers.
Greg Joseph, who the week before hit a game-tying field goal to go into overtime, and then this is the game winner.
Who did you pick in this?
I took the Cardinals. Another lightning strike missed by you.
Buccaneers, Falcons. I had the Bucks -12.5. That hit.
As did I.
Cowboys at Chargers. I had Dallas +3. That also hit.
Yeah, that was my lock of the week. Killer. The Chargers had opportunities in this game. We talked about it on Monday. How they lost the game. That's all. That's it.
Then Titans at Seahawks. I had Titans +6.5. Another hit.
Yeah, I had that too. Derrick Henry looked like a beast.
Chiefs at Ravens. Kansas City -3.5. That's an L for me.
Yeah, this was the biggest shock. And Vegas likes to play with their lines, and they kept it at 3.5. And it was almost like reverse line movement where they were baiting people to take that 3.5, and everybody did. And they somehow won. Like they hit big on the Ravens. Outright winner.
Yeah. And then finally, Lions at Packers. This looked like an easy cover for the Lions at halftime. I took the Lions +12.5, and they ended up not covering.
Yeah, I took the Pack. Pretty easy.
No.
Is everybody's seen now basically that better that had the 16-leg parlay, and he's last game. What?
Idiot that he didn't cash out that ticket.
Well, there was no. Listen to me explain it. So the guy had the 16-leg. He hit the first 15, and then he needed the Lions in the Monday night game. So $25 to win $720,000, and the Lions obviously lost. So it was a free promotional $25. So there was no cash out option. But what they did, and I want to find the sports book because they deserve a lot of credit and they're geniuses. They gave him a cash. They ended up giving him $130,000.
How come?
What was that? What'd you say?
How come? Did they say why?
They were like, you hit 15 out of 15. There was no cash out option because it was a promotional bet. So we're going to reward you for what you did.
Wow. That's actually very nice. All right. So 7-8 on the week for me, which isn't great. But when you look at my week one, that's a nice improvement considering I was 4-11 week one. So, we can only go up from here. That brings my total to 11-19 on the season. I'm chasing behind you, but there's a lot of football left. So
a lot of football left. I'm 17-13 here. So feeling good. How many games am I in the lead here?
You're 6 wins ahead of me. So
hold on one second. That was BetMGM, by the way, that did that for the guy.
Oh, okay.
They deserve a shout out.
So we are going to announce our picks every week on TikTok now. We've been exercising the TikTok. Just posted another TikTok today. So that's a lot of fun. TikTok's nice and easy, good way to connect with you guys. So look out for that every week. And I think that's it for our picks. Our picks will be out tomorrow for us, but today when you guys are listening to it,
before Sunday.
Yes, before Sunday.
If you're not following the TikTok, you're a loser.
Oh, okay. Well, there's no reason to say that, but
yeah, no, I'm saying that.
Okay.
And if you don't have a TikTok, get one.
Okay. All right. We just got to talk a little football this weekend, and that's about it.
Yeah, can we start with the Giants here? We haven't talked about them in a while because they did play Thursday night. Listen,
No problem.
Drama's over, right? Galladay thing done.
Yep.
Yelling at Jason Garrett. They love each other, apparently. They're good. They go have a makeout session.
Kiss, kiss, please.
Exactly. Kadarius Toney, he's an absolute clown.
Moron.
Like, actual moron. Doesn't know how to speak. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. He's a rapper. His name's Young Joker. Young Joker. That's his rap name. Anyway, Young Joker, I don't care what you have to say. Your social media should probably be deleted, and you should probably not be able to speak to the media ever again. Just play football, catch the ball,
right?
Be the human joystick that everybody says you are, and that's it.
Yeah, return the punts, whatever the hell. We're drafting punt returners in the first round now.
No, they're literally like he has more bad run-ins with the media than he does like catches or yards. It's unbelievable.
Doesn't he have like -3 yards on the season or something?
Negative 2 yards. Something.
Oh,
like
good.
That's good. Keep it going.
Yeah, we have more yards than Kadarius Toney.
Yes. So listen, feeling good about this week. Feeling really good about this week, my New York Giants. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win big. I think this is going to be a confidence booster for not only the fans, but for Danny Jones, who's looked really good so far. And one of the biggest things is Saquon Barkley, because their defense is just god-awful. And Saquon needs to start running like he used to. And this would be a big time, just momentum. Like he all right, he played better. He played more snaps Thursday night. He's got a week and a half off now. Let's keep it going. Let's get him more snaps. Let him look like himself. Let him, run off some big plays. Come on, let's get him going.
Yeah.
And listen, when Daniel Jones runs the ball, when they get him in running situations, he's more comfortable throwing the ball because then the defense actually has to worry about him and they can't rush as many guys.
Right.
So Jason Garrett, keep running him. Looks like you got a recipe here. No huddle offense, run him, and tire him out. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think this is a win for the Giants this weekend. This Falcons team is not very good. And yeah, I think it all starts, obviously, if Jones has a good game. I think Saquon's extremely important. Nick Gates, that's a terrible injury for the guy. I mean, it could be a career ender. So
that's not good.
Hopefully, he's still in the hospital. Hopefully everything works out for him. You'd really hate to see that. But yeah, I like the Giants this weekend. I don't know about winning big. I mean, it can happen. That Falcons defense is horrible. Eli Ring of Honor game, you got to show out for him.
Emotional.
And let's see how Daniel Jones plays.
I told you how I felt last week. Tearing up.
Oh, he's gonna cry.
Feeling good about my quarterback.
Yeah.
For the first time in a while, feeling good about a quarterback on my team. So hopefully I'm not getting my hopes up and I'm not like idiotic and he's actually like looks good and he's actually good. So let's see. But yeah, listen, Saquon Barkley, gold jacket player. They actually compared him to like one of the best draft picks like ever. And Lawrence Taylor was a draft pick. Like they were like, he's that good. He's not.
I mean, listen, the talent before he got hurt his rookie year, he had a fantastic rookie season. What do you have? 2,000 yards all purpose?
His stats are deceiving though, because yes, he'll have the numbers in his first couple of years, but that's because he breaks off like a big run a game.
Right.
Like consistently, he will, and you could blame it on the offensive line as much as you want, but if you're a gold jacket player in quotation marks,
right.
beating that.
Right.
You whatever the circumstances are, you're better than that. So I don't know, but I just need to see improvement.
Yeah,
And
that's
Joe
it.
Judge needs to have a good week.
Definitely. Jason Garrett needs to have a good week. Joe Judge needs to have a good week.
Garrett had a good week. Got to continue that though.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Yeah,
my Giants hat here.
the
My
play
favorite hat ever.
the play calling was good in the Washington series. I mean, they put up points. They probably should have put up another
Should score
touchdown, but
40.
Darius Slayton dropped a touchdown. But
And that holding call, after looking at it again, that was a bogus holding call. That was not a hold.
at certain points that you know, they were ripping off like 10-yard passes, it seemed like every play. So thought the play calling was good.
They got something going, so they got to continue it. I think the no huddle, as much as we want to make fun of Joe Judge running his team, his offensive line was not gassed in that game.
Right.
And it looked like the Washington football team defensive line was. That's a great defense.
Yeah.
That's a top 5 defense, and they gashed them.
Right.
So no huddle works. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep
Yep.
the tempo. Put 40 up for Eli.
Oh, I don't know about that.
For Easy E, the boy.
Easy, nice.
Favorite athlete ever.
Lego character.
How about the Jets going into Denver? How are we feeling?
Hopefully Zach Wilson doesn't throw 4 interceptions again. That'd be nice.
I mean, listen, the bar is not that high.
Yeah.
Improvement.
I don't know. You hope to see improvements. The defense has played very well for the Jets so far. They actually through 2 weeks to have, I think, a top 10 defense in the NFL. So
Wow,
that's nice. But let's see how Zach Wilson plays. Let's see. I'm looking forward to Michael Carter this week. He had a nice week last week, so hopefully he keeps improving on that. But yeah, I'm obviously not going into this game expecting a Jets win. They are on the road in Denver. Denver's off to a 2-0 start. They have a great defense. Teddy Bridgewater's off to a very good start. So yeah, not feeling super confident, but
Michael Carter's available in the Leonardo's league if you want him.
really,
Yeah, I almost added him before, but I don't need an RB.
I don't really need an RB either.
Yeah, good defense for the Broncos, and they're underrated. I thought they were underrated going into the game against the Giants. I thought they were underrated going into the season.
Right.
I don't think they're a 2-0 team, but I think they're a team that can, sit here and compete for a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're going to make it. The schedule's been light so far.
They can make
They've
a
gotten
little
pretty
noise,
lucky
though.
with 3 games, but yeah, they can make some noise. I wouldn't be shocked.
And hey, if it keeps going on with Denver and Las Vegas, they've been off to 2 really good starts. That division, the AL West and the AL West, the AFC West and the NFC West could be the 2 best divisions in football.
Well, the Chiefs or the Chargers are going to be 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They're
I think
playing
the
each other
Chiefs
this
have a
week.
little more to worry about than we think. I think that
Yes.
defense is in trouble.
It is 467 total yards, or
Yeah.
it might have even been more. 482 yards, I think it was.
Yeah.
My memory's working right now
Yeah.
against the Ravens.
Mhm.
That's something.
And going to the NFC West, I mean, that division is ridiculous. Easily the best division in football.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do think every single team could get in.
Yeah, 100%. There's a chance that it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Who in the East, South, and North is competing?
The Vikings maybe.
Wow.
But they're 0-2. But they did actually look pretty good against the Cardinals on Sunday.
Must win for the Vikings this week.
Yeah. Maybe the Eagles, maybe Washington. I mean, I think Dallas is going to win that division, so I'm not counting them. Maybe the Eagles, maybe Washington.
I don't think they're going to be as good as those teams.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And then, the Saints maybe, and the Panthers are off to a 3-0 start. But I mean, Seattle. Well, what team is a below 500 team in that division? None. We thought the Cardinals were the worst team in that division. And that wasn't saying the Cardinals were bad. We still thought they'd be around 500
I had them at 8-9
to be better. And I think this might be a Kyler Murray MVP season. So
He looks so good.
He looks amazing. He is amazing.
I love him. I'm in love with him.
His escapability is and just instincts and everything is just unbelievable.
He has pocket awareness. I mean, we're watching
Yeah.
Sam Darnold tonight, and Darnold steps up in the pocket and he doesn't feel the pressure. He thinks, oh, just because I stepped up, I'm out of it. And he's
Right.
not, because
Right.
then he fumbled twice. They recovered it, but he fumbled twice because he got hit. Murray just knows, and it helps when you can run out of any sack and any
Yeah.
tackle. But yeah,
Yeah.
these divisions are interesting for sure.
Mhm.
What are the Packers? It's an interesting game. I don't know who I'm picking yet for that game. The Packers or the 49ers. That
It's
is
in
a
San Francisco.
It's
It's a Sunday
in
night
San
game.
Fran.
I think I'm going San Francisco, to be honest.
I think I am too. And Rodgers has not played well out there. He hasn't covered out there. So I think I'm leaning toward them, but still it's close.
Yeah, definitely is.
And we mentioned before a little bit the Rams and the Bucks. The first time Tom Brady is playing a game in Los Angeles in his NFL career.
It's all right. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there hasn't been a football team in Los Angeles, the whole time. So
Yeah. So that'll be cool. That's going to be a great game. It's in that phenomenal stadium. They're going to be wearing their
that stadium is unbelievable.
Their beautiful jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's going to be a great game. I wish it was a Sunday night game.
Yeah, me too. Was it a 425?
425 on Fox. Those are great.
Those
too,
425 games are fun though.
I love them.
The late
I'm
afternoon.
just if I'm at the Giant game, then I'm gonna miss half that game.
Yeah. This is
That's
my
rough.
first weekend where I'll be, full football Sunday, just hanging out. We just
I
bought a
might-
Sunday ticket at my house, so looking forward to that.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, I know. We finally ponied
God
up the
forbid.
phones.
Yeah, really. What it break the bank there?
Yeah. Yeah, we got the college student discount actually. So all good.
Here we go. All right. I think we're good there. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to make our picks. Again, our picks will be on TikTok, so go check them out. And we'll review them next week again. As always, good luck to your Yankees. Good luck to your Jets. This is a big,
you.
especially for the Yankees. This is a big weekend for the Yankees. And we will talk to you guys. We're going to see our picks, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep.